Schema markup, also known as structured data, is the language search engines use to read and understand the content on your pages. By language, we mean a semantic vocabulary, code, that helps search engines characterize and categorize the content of web pages. Although search engines are very powerful tools using advanced algorithms, they still need help to read, identify, and categorize the content. Why? Search engines don't have the same visual and intuitive capabilities as humans. They can't see a picture, they have to read it. If you read a list of ingredients and quantities, you would naturally understand that it is a recipe, but a search engine wouldn't. By applying schema markup to your content, you help the search engines understand the meaning of your pages. Structured data provides a way to standardize information about a page and classify the page content. The data is created through code, using in-page markup on the page that the information applies to. It is a standardized format for providing explicit clues about a page and classifying the page content. In the above example, the explicit clues are recipe, reviews, ingredients, prep time, calories, and so on. In short, schema markup is a code in the form of structured data that communicates the meaning of your page, elements, and how users should see it to the searching tool, and in a language the search engine can understand. A helpful way to think about it is as a pair of glasses making the search engine see things better, or as a translation tool. If you put in the effort to help the search engine understand the meaning of your page, it could reward you with a better ranking and better search results features such as display style and size. It's important to know that a search engine will not give you a #1 ranking only because your pages have schema markup. Content and authority are still king. But by adding schema markup to your pages, you help search engines index them better. The ultimate goal is for the user to have a good experience in their search by finding fast and relevant results to their query. It's a win-win-win situation, but more about this in the schema markup benefits section. On the other hand, here's an example of a recipe without schema markup added to it. This result is a simple search result for our vegan low-calorie cookies. As you can see, the information provided in the metadata doesn't contain explicit information such as ingredients, cooking time, or reviews, and the result doesn't come with a picture. This result also ranks on the second page of Google. Look at these search results, the rich result and the simple result. Which one would you choose? If you're team rich results all the way, let's take a look at where and how to add schema markup to your page. You can't add schema markup to every single word on a page. But the good news is that the search engines did take a lot of categories into consideration, so you can generate schema markup types in a lot of areas. You might think, well, okay, these things about schema markups are great and all, but do I need to make my own code or apply it differently for the different search engines? The answer is no. The biggest search engines, Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, and Yandex collaborated to have a common language for schema markup, and founded schema.org as a library for all this information. You can find the shared collections of schema in schema.org. A quick look back into the dictionary will tell us that schema.org is a website where all the schema types have been collected for webmasters to access. It is the industry standard for schema markup because it is the commonly agreed format for structured data by all the big search engines. We've already established that rich results are generated because the page has content enriched by schema markup, and that the search engine pulls the rich results to display them to the users for better, more accurate, and fast results. Rich results are also generated based on how the users search, whether they're using long, short keywords, asking a question, looking for a recipe, and more. Here's which schemas are more likely to appear based on how you search. Questions? Bigger chance of FAQ schema. Products. Review schema. Food. Recipe schema. Newsworthy. Articles and news. Let's take another example. Search result based on shorter keywords: New York concerts. Our first example with the vegan low calories cookies was very explicit and told the search engine exactly what we want. Let's try a less specific search. We want to know about future concerts in New York and maybe some dates. But like any other searcher, we used a few keywords and expected the search engine to kind of know what our search intent was. In this sense, a search engine can intuitively understand what we want to achieve with this search and extract relevant information for us. We don't have to go into the page and find it ourselves. This happens thanks to schema markup and also because of previous related searches that the search engine took into account. In this case, the search engine is Google. This result ranks number 1 and offers us a series of possibilities such as dates, names of the shows, and a choice of a location from the venues. It ultimately offers more information about our search than what we initially asked for. In contrast, here's an example without the schema markup added, where the result only contains a title tag, meta description, and URL. The meta description doesn't give us specific information such as locations and dates, just a general introduction of what this page is about. The second example also has a lower ranking than the first one. Now just consider, which page would you be more inclined to click on? Is it the one with exciting shows just around the corner? We thought so. The search engine kind of understands that you might have a specific intention to see the date or even possibly purchase a ticket. And because the first site uses a structured data vocabulary, you are getting better, richer search results, possibly making you more likely to click on it. The result is more accessible and shortens the work of you as a user to find what you need. You can also notice that the first organic result even takes more space, almost double in this situation. Schema markup can help you gain more real estate on the search results page by displaying more information, which is more attention-grabbing than just a regular search result. Is also based on how the user formulates the inquiry. We showed you examples of rich results for recipes and events so far, but there are many options to explore. You can find more examples and see how the display of the rich results looks when generated by Google. We already established a major difference between rich results and search results. Rich results display more information than a title, URL, and meta description, which might have different sizes and displays. But it doesn't mean that all search results that are different from regular snippets are automatically rich results. On the SERP page, you can also see featured snippet, which you might find on their own within overall search results. Within the People also ask the section, or along with knowledge graph information, which is displayed in knowledge panels. Rich results and featured snippets. Featured snippets don't require schema markup for the enhanced appearance. In featured snippets, Google decides which content is relevant to extract, whereas in the schema you give instructions for the appearance of the rich result through structured data. Featured snippets are usually in position 0 or above the first organic listing. Featured snippets can have different structures. They are special boxes where the format of a regular search result is inverted, showing the descriptive snippet first. We've already learned what schema markup is, why it is a #1 idea to use it where you can, and how the fruits of your labor, aka rich results that show on SERP, will display for the people searching. Now it's time to get even better acquainted with how schema markups work. Let's get technical. Like any technology, schema markup is required to have instructions in the form of code to run by. In this case, it is structured data, also known as schema encoding types. There are 3 schema encoding types for schema markup: RDFA, microdata, and JSONLD. RDFA and microdata are the older way to write schema and require more effort to be implemented, hence they are more prone to errors. Our recommended code would then be JSONLD. As you can see, Google also agrees. The search engine endorses JSONLD and advises you to use it whenever possible. If you wonder what the code differences can be between these schema encoding types, let's revisit our favorite recipes. Here are a few examples from schema.org to show how the codes differ in formats for a recipe.